Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to part 2 of my Oblivion Remastered playthrough, Elona's Scholarly Adventures. Previously on Elona's Scholarly Adventures. So, I met the Emperor. That's not something you can say every day. After being imprisoned, I'll explain later. Fate, it seems, had other plans. Long story short, the Emperor's family was murdered by an unknown group, who I intend to find out more about, and a secret escape route out of the city ended up being in my cell. Can you believe it? I won't dwell on the fact it was there the whole time. So, I ended up traveling with the Emperor and a few members of the Blades. Note to self, research the Blades. And safe to say the Emperor didn't make it. He gave me the Amulet of Kings, which cannot be just a necklace, more research needed there, and told me to take it to Joffrey at Wayne Priory near Coral. I have no clue where that is, but I guess I'll find out. Now I'm free, and in front of me seems to be an Ayleid ruin. I have to see what's inside. I know, I've got things to do, but I'm a scholar, what can I say? I need to go and check out an Ayleid ruin. So, what's inside? I feel so exhausted, but I cannot resist going to see what's inside an Ayleid ruin. It's so beautiful. But what's this? A slaughterfish seems to have gotten stuck on the banks. I think we'll take care of it. Maybe we can eat it or sell some of its scales, I don't know. This feels quite horrible though, because it doesn't seem to be making any attempts to attack me. However, needs must. Let's see what he's got. Just some scales. So let's continue on to this ruin. And a plaque outside seems to read Vilverin. I'm definitely going to have to research that. So let's continue on. Hopefully it's not occupied. But I have a feeling it might be. We have a camp here. And what looks to be bandits. Yep. They're definitely not friendly. But we do need some armor. We have an iron mace here. I'm not going to take that. Then some fur boots, a fur cuirass, and some green felt linens. I think we're going to go ahead and take the boots and the cuirass and the linens, everything. And maybe we'll get changed at one point. But let's take care of this other bandit here. We have a bandit bowman. Who is surprisingly agile. Maybe not surprisingly. But with that, they too are taken care of. We have an iron bow, which we are going to take. And we have blacksmith's pants, more fur boots, another fur cuirass, some iron arrows, and an iron dagger. I don't think we're going to take any of that. We have some mutton near the fireplace. But I'm not feeling too hungry at the moment. We have a makeshift camp with some garlic, a sack with a weak potion of healing, and my first book, Immortal Blood. I haven't seen a book in so long, so I'm definitely going to take that to read later. I'm so pleased to see a book. We have a battered crate here, which doesn't seem to have anything in it. So, do I want to rest a little while? I'm not sure. Maybe I should take this mutton. It's a beautiful fireplace. I don't know if we should rest for a while. Perhaps eat. So I'm going to go ahead and eat the mutton and the garlic. It has been a while since I've last eaten, but I'm not too hungry. And with that, I think we'll continue on into the ruins. But look at the architecture. Look how beautiful this is. Look at the door. And we have something up there. I'm definitely going to have to go and see what that is. We have some flowers here, bergamot. I've heard you can make a nice bergamot tea. But look at the floor here. These symbols have to mean something, but I don't know what they mean. Such a beautiful area. I definitely want to go exploring behind the ruins. I can see a chest here with some gold, always useful. And let's take a little look behind the ruins before we go in. But just look at the metalwork on the outside. I don't know if there's much to see here. We have some more flowers. Monk's Hut this time. Some of the flowers are familiar to me. My father was a healer. Some of them not so much. But what is this? It's remarkable. It's some kind of well. And something's telling me to touch it. Oh, wow, I just felt something there. What did that do? I feel like my magic is stronger somehow. I must remember that that's what that does. It's beautiful. So with that, I think we should finally go ahead and head inside. And while we're in there, I'll tell you a little bit I know about the Ayleids. So if there were bandits outside, there's bound to be bandits inside, so I definitely need to be on my guard. I should also probably change this outfit if I can. I mean, it doesn't make sense to be walking around in the robes of the group that assassinated the Emperor. Not a good look. So, one armor change later, I look completely ridiculous, but hopefully I can find some more armor as I go. And with that, we have a bandit. So let's go ahead and take care of him. He's pretty strong to be carrying a two-handed axe. Speaking of the axe, let's take a look at it. An iron battle axe. I think we might leave that for now. I also think that I'm carrying a little bit too much, but we do have some fur greaves, wonderful, so I will change into them as soon as possible. So here we are, one outfit change later again, and I'm now in a full set of fur armor. Not my best look, but it will do. I also decided to grab the iron battle axe, but I feel like I was carrying too much, so I have gone ahead and removed some things out of my inventory. Ah. Something I completely missed there, a trap on the floor. So I wonder if the Ayleids set these traps or the bandits. Judging by what they look like, I would say the bandits set those traps. And look at the crystals on the floor over here. Remarkable. So let's now continue further on into the ruin. And I'm sure we're going to bump into more bandits along the way. But while we're doing this, I will tell you what I know about the Ayleids. My knowledge on the Ayleids is pretty limited, but I remember a few things from my studies. They were elves and the first race to establish an empire in Tamriel.
Whatever it was, it's gone now.
Quick history break to kill a bandit, it would seem. And I definitely need to get back into the swing of using my spells, considering I hit a chair there.
You're pathetic.
So, that's her taken care of. Let's go ahead and see what she was holding. Well, we have another iron battle axe that we're going to leave. And I think we'll leave everything for now. So let's carry on talking about the Ayleids. I believe they actually founded the Imperial City. So in a roundabout way, I have them to thank for my prison stay. They were overthrown by someone. I forget who. And I completely missed another trap there. That could have been disastrous. But I do know there are people who believe the Ayleids live on. Personally, I feel as if they must have been hunted to extinction. Otherwise, where are they? But that really is all I know about the Ayleids. At least off the top of my head.
Hello.
I definitely need to do some more research. Now we're heading into what looks to be some sort of main chamber here. Look at the lights. Everything has a blue glow to it. I don't know whether it's magical or eerie. And I can hear more bandits in this room. So I definitely need to sort them out before I continue looking at things. I just want to look at everything and take it in. Unfortunately, we have to fight first. But look at everything. There seems to be another bandit over there, so let's take care of them. And we'll see if they've managed to uncover anything from the ruin. Because if they have, I will definitely be taking that for myself. So this bowman seems to be pretty strong. And as much as I love using my flame spell, I feel like we may have to rush in and fight him with a sword soon. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm much better with a sword. At the moment, anyway, I feel like my stay in prison sapped me of of some of my magic, some of my powers, you know? So with that, I don't think we'll be taking anything from this bandit. Let's now continue to have a look around. So you can see some structures at the top there. It looks like something's been taken out of them. Did the bandits do that? We might have to see what was taken out. There's lots of different ways to go as well. But for now, I think we'll continue to explore this main chamber. But can you see? It looks like something's been taken. And that something seems to be this. A Welkin stone. I've seen these before. A merchant bought a few of them to Sistress, and my mother traded for them. They store magicka, and you can draw power from them to restore yours. Unfortunately, they can only be used once, which is a bit of a shame. I wonder if the magic in these Welkin stones is the magic that's coming out of the well outside. I would guess so. And there's a bedroll here. So at least I have somewhere to rest if I need to sleep. Unfortunately, I think it's too dangerous right now. And look at all this armor. We have an iron cuirass and a chest with gold in it. There's definitely another bandit hiding around here somewhere as well. I'm going to have to dispose of them soon if I want to explore more. For some reason as well that I can't explain, I feel this inexplicable need to collect calipers and tongs. Maybe that meaning will be made clearer later on. Now there seems to be some more barrels and chests, so let's go ahead and look through those. I can still hear that bandit, but I'm busy. We have a silver nugget in that one. So, which way to go? I saw at least 2 ways, maybe 3 ways. Let's go through here. Ah, so this way leads to the same place as the other door would have done, so there's 2 ways out of here. For now, let's head up and see what's in here. So it seems to be a dead end. With a bed. And, oh my goodness, look at all these welcome stones. I feel like I should take them all. Someone will surely be interested in these. I feel like they'll fetch quite a nice price. And we have lots on the table. Another book. The Guide to the Imperial City. Yes, we'll definitely be taking that to read later. We have some gold. I guess no one will miss it. We have an inkwell and a quill. Always useful to take if I need to write anything down. I'll be leaving the ale, and we have a dirty scroll, so let's go ahead and read it. Some of the men were worried about these old ruins being haunted, but Mafala take them. This spot's going to be perfect for ambushing merchants along the road, and all under the nose of the Imperial Legion. Finally got some of those big blue stones down today. Berenice got the idea to shoot them down with her bow. Got 'em all here with me. I don't know what they are, but they stink of magicka. Bet they'll fetch a nice price with the Mages Guild. 2 coins and that Khajiit from Vardenfell set up their camps down in the tomb. Fine by me. Spares the rest of us the smell. 2 coins ran up today. The Khajiit's gone missing. Swore to the 9 that you could hear claws scrabbling at limestone. But nothing's down there. I'm guessing she got tired of the smell and snuck out overnight. 2 coins' stench could peel shells off mud crabs. I'm surprised she hung around that long. So a group of bandits decided to come here to ambush merchants, and one of them has gone missing. Interesting. I wonder if we'll find them. We do have a bed here with an iron dagger next to it. Maybe we should rest a while before continuing on. And we also have some more food. I definitely think I should eat soon. So I think we've seen everything in here. But we're going to continue on. I tried to repair some of my equipment, but it didn't go too well. And now I don't have any repair hammers. Again, I may leave that to somebody who knows what they're doing. But it's always good to learn new things. Now there's definitely another bandit down here, so I need to be careful. There's one. Is that the bandit I heard?
Hello.
No, I think there's 2. That might be the bandit I heard. And I feel like we're going to end up fighting quite a few people here. Maybe not. How is the other bandit not hearing this?
Where are you? Die! Today you die!
Hello? Who's there? Where are you?
Hack you to pieces!
This is nearly too much. I'm exhausted, and I really don't feel well. I'm so scared I'm gonna die here. Oh my goodness. That was the most intense fight I've ever been in my life. I need to take a moment. That was crazy. But hopefully, we've now dealt with all of the bandits. I'm so glad I'm still alive. So let's go ahead and check what they have on them. And we may have to sort out what we're carrying as well. We definitely do. Everything feels far too heavy. So I've sorted out everything I want to take with me. How large are these ruins? They just seem to go on and on. And again we have... Look at that door! Oh my goodness, it's beautiful! It has some kind of tree on it. I definitely think we're going to be going through there later. We have another bedroll and another book! We will definitely be looking at that book a little bit later on. But for now, I think after that battle, I need to eat and I need to sleep. So I'm going to have a rest, have something to eat, have a few hours sleep in the bedroll, and I will get back to you when we are ready to continue our adventures. So I only risked 4 hours of sleep there. Who knows if any more bandits are coming back. But for now, we must explore this ruin further. And maybe we can find out what happened to the missing bandit. So there's a few ways to go here, but they all seem to lead to the same place. In the center. Looks like a trap, but... What's that? Another bandit. So the bandits are down here too, huh? So let's go ahead and see what they had on them. We don't need the first shield or the iron mace, though. We'll take the lockpick. And what's in this chest? Some more gold. And it wasn't a trap. Surprising. So it seems like we have options on where to go. But look at this on the floor. That has to do something, right? A secret entrance? Let's go ahead and see what else we can find before we go into that entrance. Again, more spots that the bandits have set up camp. We might as well take some more food while we're here. It all seems to be fresh. And we have an iron warhammer. Let's go ahead and take that for now. I definitely need gold, so I need to sell quite a lot. And then we have another way forward here. It all seems to be dead ends, though. More gold, wonderful. So with that, I think the only way we can go is through the secret entrance. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think we may have found our missing bandit in the center there. This must be 2 coins. What happened here? How did this happen? We know the other bandits didn't kill her. So how did she end up here? Well, it looks like we have another push block over there. But let's not press that one just yet. Let's take a look around first. And more of these beautiful crystals. So there's 2 ways. Let's see what happens if we hit the push block. Oh, not another zombie. Oh, I really can't deal with them. Oh, let's get him, I suppose. How are these zombies even here? Someone must have reanimated them, but who? I mean, I don't believe zombies are organic creatures in that sense. They must be reanimated. There are some things that I learnt from my mother, and I'll leave it at that for now. But I hate them so much. And they're definitely quite strong. And unfortunately, I feel weaker somehow after fighting that one. I've heard of diseases that zombies can give you. So I may need to visit a shrine at one point. I've heard that can help. Or take a potion of cure disease, which unfortunately I don't have on me at the moment. So I'm just going to have to deal with feeling a little bit run down until we get to the end. So we have more Welkid stones here. More potions. And another push block. But what did that open? I'm not sure. Ah, here we go. So we have another large central room here. Have I been here before? I don't think so. But I also don't want to miss what was behind that locked gate. So I'm going to head back to that locked gate first. I'll get back to you when we're there. So here we are back at the gate. Maybe it leads to the same place, who knows? But I don't want to miss anything while I'm here. Let's find out. Intriguing. And we have skeletons now. This is not my first time battling a skeleton. And 2 ways. There's so many ways to go. So overwhelming. So I don't think we need his bow. And look at all the fish. I'm quite a good swimmer. So this should be fairly easy. So this looks like it's taking us back into that central room. Brilliant. But of course there was another way. So I'm thinking we clear out this room of skeletons and then head back the other way. Again, just so we don't miss anything. But we've had zombies, and now skeletons. This is the alternate entrance that we found before. And another doorway leading somewhere else. My goodness, this ruin is huge. So as I say, we've had zombies and skeletons. Could something else be going on here? And is maybe a skeleton, maybe a zombie? Is that what killed 2 coins? The rest of the bandits didn't know there was undead in here. So this chamber seems to now be empty, but I am going to head back into the water and go back where we were before. And again, look at how beautiful the crystals are. Okay, we're back to the corridor that we didn't explore. Let's head down and see what's in here. Lots of doors, evidently, with things behind them. Nice. Is this some sort of prison cell? I don't know. I don't want to think about prison cells right now. I need just escape my own. This has a rat behind it. Ugh. I hate rats. And what else? Maybe these are little treasure rooms? I have no idea. And again, you have that interesting metal work. Some kind of copper, perhaps? Copper is a good conduit for magic, so maybe. And I'm having some real trouble with this door. I think my game's off after seeing those undead. More rats. Who locked the rats up in here? Are they food? I have no idea. Nothing in here but a rat. And wonderful. A skeleton hiding behind that one. Let's deal with him later. Nothing in there at all. We're gonna have to open this door to deal with this skeleton. Come on then. Why are you locked in here though? I don't understand. 2 rats and a skeleton being locked away. Someone must have done this. But who? That one was a little bit more worth it. And we have more of those beautiful crystals. But unfortunately it leads to a dead end. So, I'm going to get back to the central room. But there is a Welkin stone up there. Maybe I could try and hit it with my magic. It doesn't seem to be going too well. We will get it. There we go. So, I'm going to head back to the central room now. And I will see you there. So we're back here now, and it feels like I've been walking for ages. But let's go through here. Surely this has to be the final place in this ruin. How big is this? This looks like a trap to me. But I do think there's a skeleton over on the other side. So let's go ahead and test that theory, shall we? But that definitely looks like a trapped floor to me. Now the first 2 traps I'm fairly confident that the bandits set. Wow. I think that's a spike trap. However, the bandits couldn't have done this. This must be a trap set by the aliens themselves. But what were they trying to keep hidden? What were they trying to keep secret? Why would you need such an elaborate trap? Well, we're definitely not going down there, that's for sure. So, let's just shimmy on round, eh? We're going to grab all of these Welkin stones as well, as much as we can carry. Again, I think they'll fetch a good price to the right person. It would probably be wise to keep some for ourselves as well. And let's now push forward. But I'm getting so tired. I love exploring these ruins, but when do they end? Like I say, this is my first alien ruin. Are they all this big? I'm sure during my adventures I will find out. So again, 2 ways to go. Let's go right first. More Welkin stones. There's just so many. It seems that not only were they used for magic, they were also used as a light source. There doesn't seem to be anything hiding in the corners. And I think this room too is a dead end. Yes, it looks like there's nothing else here. I did see a chest though. And completely forgot that I'd seen it. So unfortunately I didn't loot that one. But we have to be reaching the end of this ruin soon. And the door has locked behind me. That's a good sign. A gate just came down. And what's this? Some kind of puzzle? What is this? So I guess we have a puzzle to solve. Now I'm going to have a look around and see if I can figure out how to solve this puzzle, or maybe I'll just wing it. I don't know, but there's a lot of blood on the floor from presumably somebody who has attempted to do this before. I think that might be them. Look at the amount of blood here. What happened? And I can't seem to see any clues that would indicate how to do this puzzle. But it's clearly to open this gate. So let's head back and try and figure this out. I have no idea. I'm just going to press a random button and hope that that's the right one. It doesn't seem to be, but at least we'll find out what happens if you're wrong. I think I'd better get my sword out soon. Ah, so it releases skeletons? How long have they been here for? How long have they been trapped in there for? And more importantly, if somebody died trying to do this puzzle, who reset it? Okay, another random button press, I guess. Was that the right one? No. But only a chest in this one. It was the right one. We have the key. We have the key to the door. So, do I want to do any more of this puzzle? I don't think so. I think we're just going to move on. I don't want to be fighting any more skeletons, even if there is treasure in there. So let's see what awaits us next. We have a room with what looks to be a cage in the middle. I'm not too sure what that cage is for, though. And yet more skeletons. So what could this cage be for? Can I open it? No. It's raised remotely, it seems. So I guess we carry on until we find whatever lifts that cage. But I have no idea what could be in there. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm searching ruins. Whatever it is, it's well guarded. And it looks like another push block. That must open this cage. It does. Okay, let's go and see what's in there. Wow, look at it. Now this I've never seen before. But it's beautiful. I recall something about Vala stones. Perhaps that's a Vala stone. I must find out what they do. Perhaps I'll have to ask someone. Yet another door? Wow, this ruin just goes on and on. I'm so tired, but I must push through now. We can't leave now. We have to see what's here. Hopefully all this ruin delving is worth it. It's been worth it already. To see an Ayleid ruin with my own eyes for the first time? Simply fascinating. And as the Ayleids lived in Cyrodiil... Oh my goodness! A trap! As the Ayleids lived in Cyrodiil, I imagine there's more of these ruins. So, what's this? A lot of skeletons and a statue. I'm gonna take it. This has to be important. Now there's 3 different ways to go, and I really don't want to get skewered by these traps. So I'm going to be as careful as I possibly can. But perhaps that statue holds some significance. Maybe I'll find somebody that knows more about it. Best to keep it on me for now. And this looks like... Well, I think the note that we found mentioned tombs. So these are definitely tombs. But for the Ayleids? For who? And why is the undead here so restless? So I see another skeleton behind this gate. Unfortunately, they're going to have to be dealt with. And this seems to be a dead end. Which is good. This place is just a maze and bits are falling apart. It's remarkable that the ruin is in such good condition. So with that, there's only one more path to take. Let's try and avoid these swinging axes, though. And this seems to be perhaps the way out. There's somebody there. I have a feeling they're not friendly. They seem to be some kind of mage. I don't think they're part of the bandits. Judging by their robes, I think he's a necromancer. I have my own past with that. Maybe we'll explore that a little bit later. But that explains all of the restless undead. He's come down to these Vilverin crypts to do something. I don't know. Some experiments, perhaps? And he was sleeping up here. That doesn't look very comfortable. But we have a sacred lotus with some seeds. We have a mortar and pestle. We have a lockpick. I'll definitely be taking that. Some gold. Of course, he won't be needing that anymore. Another lockpick and a key. Hopefully the key to leave. We also have some more books. Oh, such a welcome sight. And a scroll. So let's go ahead and take the books. We will read them a little bit later on. And let's read this undelivered letter. Luke, my friend, I apologize that I have not written before now, and pray that you worry not. How could you have known that your patrol would stumble across my outing at the cemetery? There was no denying my deed, a sack full of limbs and grave soil still fresh on my boots. With your men standing by, what choice was there but pursuit, lest they suspect your own true nature? Truly, I am glad it was you to expose me, and not another whose spellfire may not have missed my escape so widely. My new haven provides safety and bodies to work on, whether those long dead or hapless bandits. I will be content here for some time, though I dare not yet say where. Care for Kasui, and know that when the time comes I shall return to live again in our beloved Daggerfall. Until then, Captain Cardius, remain vigilant and always hidden. Jalbert. Interesting. So the necromancer I just killed, Jalbert presumably, fled from Daggerfall to continue his experiments here. And what's this? A greater fortify fatigue tome. Yes, we definitely need to read that as soon as possible, along with some more gold. So it seems that's everything here. Ah, no, there's another body, along with an iron shield. And a fine iron longsword. Perhaps that is what happened to 2 coins. So with that, surely this has to be the way out. It just has to be. Let's go. I'm so tired. But we have another chest here. With some potions. Cure poison, but not cure disease, unfortunately. And with that, I think we're back where we started. We are. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And I think we'll head back to that bandit camp. Hopefully there's nobody else in it. Fresh air at last. I don't even want to know how long we've been in there. But with that, let's head on back to that camp. And we'll take stock there and rest for a while. Ah, here it is. So I think we should sit by the fire a while. It definitely needs something to eat. And I'd like to read one of those books. So I've gone ahead and eaten, but I want to learn this greater fortify fatigue spell. So according to the book, what this does is fortify fatigue, 50 points for 45 seconds on self. So let's now choose a book to read before we retire for the night, and I'm going to pick Alessia Otis's Guide to the Imperial City. It seems fitting, seeing as that should be our next destination. Praise Akatosh, bless the Empire and all its people. My name is Alessia Otis, and I'd like to tell you all about the Imperial City. The Imperial City. Who do you think lives in the Imperial City? Uriel Septim, Emperor of Tamriel, Defender of the Faith, and descendant of the sainted Tiber Septim, Lord Talos, the holy god of state and law in our blessed 9 divines. All know the Emperor to be a good and holy man, for he may often be seen in the Temple of the One making his devotions to the 9 divines and the communion of saints. And where does he live? In the Imperial Palace, in the centre of the Imperial City, in the White Gold Tower, which was built many ages ago by the godless, daedra-loving Aeliads. How fine it is that the stones raised high by this ancient evil empire are now reconsecrated as a monument to imperial justice and piety. People who visit the Imperial Palace like to walk among the graves of saints and counts, battle mages and emperors, and gaze with wonder upon White Gold Tower, which can be seen from any place within the city. The Elder Council chamber here cannot be entered, and though you may marvel at their curious ancient armours, you will soon want to be away from the rude and discourteous Imperial guards. Imperial City Districts. The Imperial City is divided into 10 districts. At the centre is the Imperial Palace. The other districts are grouped around the palace. To the northwest is Elven Gardens, a pleasant residential district. Continuing Widdershins, the Talos district, an exclusive residential area, lies to the west. To the southwest is the Temple district, and beyond it outside the walls, the filthy and bad-smelling waterfront district. To the southeast lies the Arboretum, and beyond that, outside the walls, the infamous Arcane University of the Mages Guild. To the east is the notorious Arena district, and last to the northeast of the palace lies the Market district, where anything may be bought, and beyond the Market district, outside the city walls, the Imperial Prison. The Temple district. I live in the Temple district of the Imperial City, and it is a very pretty place. You are welcome to visit me, my husband and daughter, when you come to worship at the Temple of the One. This district is very pretty, and only pleasant and well-bred persons live here, though, as in all parts of the city, beggars are a constant problem. The Arboretum. In this beautiful garden you will find the famous statues of the 9 divines. In the centre you will find the statue of Lord Talos, Emperor Tiber Septim. But is it right that Talos should have this place of honour, rather than Akatosh, King of Gods? It is the scheming pride of the Elder Council, who sought favour with the sons of Talos, that is responsible for this shameful error. The Market District. You will find crowds of people waiting outside the doors of the Office of Imperial Commerce to make their complaints about being cheated by some merchant. It is a very dirty place. Piles of crates lie around in untidy heaps, unwholesome toadstools and fungus grow in clumps, and the cobbles are slimy and encrusted with filth. If you may, send your servant rather than visit yourself. It would be far better. Arcane University. This place is unspeakably dirty and unkempt, no better than a slum. You will never find the students or wizards outside in the air, for they are squatting in their dark dungeons, poring over profane texts and making crabbed scribbles on scrolls. Within the Archmage's tower is hidden the Imperial Orrery, which the mages use to study the sky. Such fools! Why do they not look on the glory of creation itself and give praise to the 9 as they ought, rather than squat and peer at such a ridiculous and expensive machine? The mages are said to have a great library of precious books, but they jealously hoard them for themselves. This is no loss for the righteous, for these books are surely full of wicked nonsense. Imperial Waterfront. This is a terrible place. It is not uncommon to stumble over the bodies of women and children who have been murdered here. There are no more wicked and godless men in Tamriel than merchants and sailors, and they gather here to plot and cheat citizens of their hard-earned gold. Gambling and slaving and skooma-sucking and even more depraved activities take place in warehouses and ships here. And where are the city watch? Nowhere to be seen. Imperial Prison. The prisons are very cruel and horrible, damp and dirty, with chains and pincers, and manacles and instruments of torture on every hand. But did I find any prisoners in these cells? No, for the watch is so lazy and careless that the cells are all empty. There are guards everywhere in the Imperial City. They travel in groups, for even they are afraid of the cruel bandits and thieves that lurk everywhere in the city. I do not know why they do not throw the impertinent beggars into prison. Criminals are so bold as to introduce themselves to you on the street. One outlaw was so brazen as to boast that he had stolen his weapons and armour from the Imperial prison. How careless and idle these watchmen must be to allow this. They know no shame, for the wicked officers of the watch are corrupt, and accept gold from the hands of the very people they are supposed to place behind bars. The Arena. I will not tell you about this place, for you have no need to visit it. Only idle or foolish persons come here to throw their money away on games of chance, or to spill their own blood when they would better devote themselves to exterminating the armies of robbers and beggars that swarm in the streets. May the 9 bless you and keep you. Well, she seems like a very opinionated woman. Perhaps we'll visit her when we go to the Imperial City. But for now, I think we're going to go ahead and retire for the night. So let's go ahead and sleep in this bedroll, and in the morning, I think we are going to go ahead and head to the Imperial City. So it's already 4:30 in the morning. Let's go ahead and sleep till 8:30. And with that, we have also leveled up. We have ascended to level 2. You realise that all your life you have been coasting along as if you were in a dream. Suddenly facing the trials of the last few days, you have come alive. I certainly have. So we are going to go ahead and pop some virtues into strength, agility, and luck. So on the next leg of my journey, I am going to be heading into the Imperial City. That book has really fascinated me, and we need to go ahead and take a look around. We also need to sell some things, but what's this? A conjurer. How rudely interrupted I was then. Let's go ahead and see what the Conjurer has on them. They have a minor bound armor tome, a weak potion of healing, and a weak potion of sorcery. We're going to go ahead and take all of those. And we may take some of his clothing, so we can change while we're in the cities, perhaps. But with that, that is where we are going to end off. So next time, let's go ahead and enter the Imperial City. But until then, bye, Embers.